Hi, this is Neal Morse, and you're listening to Morow.com, and you're watching Morow.com if you're watching, if you're indeed watching. And I have a new album out called Momentum, and I think they're playing it. You're playing it, right? You better be playing it. I don't threaten too often. But anyway, yeah, I hope you really enjoy it, and it's out now. It's not a pre-order thing, so it's out now, so you can go get Momentum at your favorite place where you get records. Anyway, yeah, be blessed. Thank you. The usual suspects plus Paul Gilbert, who's a little bit of an unusual suspect. Well, and Adson Sodre, also my new Brazilian guitarist guy. Well, he's not mine, but I'll claim him. He's very good. And yeah, I found Adson from having these open auditions. I auditioned people for my new band, and so Adson Sodre's playing guitar on there, Paul Gilbert, Mike Portnoy's playing drums, and Randy George playing bass, and I'm playing a lot of other things that I've forgotten now, everything that happened on that album, but I think it's a cool album. I think you'll like it. It has a freshness about it that I think is really good. What I wanted to do is to make the record that I felt like I should make at this time. You know, I wanted to make the record that I felt like God wanted me to make now. Every year, every moment's different, you know? It's like every conversation is different, you know. What do I have to say now, you know? And that's what I set out to do. Really, when we set out to make Momentum, I was just thinking we would be really, really lucky if we actually even made an album at all, because we didn't have very much time. I usually have more time to spend, you know, writing and messing about with parts and sounds and whatnot. So I didn't have that much time this time. So I'm really pleased that we made a record at all, let alone I think quite a good one, you know, so yeah. Disillusioned souls causing bloody tears. Yeah, well, we really just did that just to be weird. It just seemed too obvious. Thoughts Part 3 just seemed so obvious. So we thought we'd just confuse people and call it Thoughts Part 5. And that's really the only reason. There's no other reason. I have no good excuse. It just seemed like it was less obvious, so that's why we did it.
So maybe there is a chance in the future that they appear somewhere?
Yes. Maybe it's like the Star Wars thing, where the first one you see says Episode 6, and you're like, what? Yeah. It's designed to intrigue or confuse, one of the two. Well, I haven't thought about that. I think they're all good in their own way. You know, they're different. This one's, I think, different. You know, it's got the Gentle Giant vocal thing, you know, or the Madrigal vocal thing, I guess you might say. And that's really the main thing that it has in common. But I thought it was so cool. It was because it was so spontaneous. I mean, Randy came to Nashville 2 days before we were going to record with Mike. And we just sat around for one day with a click track and sketched out some of the stuff that became Thoughts Part 5. And then when Mike came, it just sprouted into this whole thing. We made up that whole middle part that rocks so mightily, that I don't think we had that part at all. We just kind of jammed that part, and then we doubled it. We did it twice because we liked it so much, and then we came back to and did the main part of the song again at the end. And then Randy had this idea of just having that riff, that he's like, yeah, well, let's just play that out. And so when we recorded it, we just played that for about 5 minutes. And Mike just started messing around on the drums. He thought that it was all going to fade out. We wound up keeping absolutely everything that he did, and and Randy mainly recorded all this crazy stuff too. That whole end section was really Randy George's baby, I have to say. Anyway, it was very spontaneous and kind of free form, and I think it came out really cool.
So there is no intrigue beneath all the songs?
Not really. They're just sort of random thoughts and thoughts about thoughts, if you can have such a thing.
Control of having no control. Treasury days, I had to let them go.
I think it was the right path for me, you know, and I don't have any regrets about any of that. I feel really good about where we're all at now. I mean, it seems like Spockson is in a really good place. Their new record with Ted Leonard is gonna blow your minds. It's really, really good. And I should know because I wrote part of it. I did. I got together with my brother and worked on some of it. I think it's really good. That's Beardfish sound checking, by the way. So they're in a good place. I'm in a good place. You know, God's been good to all of us, as I felt like that He would when I was praying about leaving. I felt like God was saying, "Don't worry, I will bless in all directions. I'll bless them, and I'll bless you, and that's how I work." And I was like, "Really?" It seemed pretty scary at the time, you know. But I think it's all worked out really well, and it's increased my faith a lot, and I hope it's touched other people's too.
Some kind of yesterday is calling you from worlds away.
Morow listeners, you rock. You are great, and there needs to be more of you. Tell your friends. I'm a big fan. I think Morow is really, really great. We listen to Morow at Radiant Records, don't we, Chris? Yeah. There's Chris Thompson over there who runs Radiant, and we like to just listen to it in the office. It's how we find new music, and you know, it's really cool because you can click on the artist and you can see where they're from and learn about them, you know, and it's an amazing thing, actually. I think it's great. So we're all about Morow. So
Thanks a lot. It's
yeah.
really nice of you.
Yeah, it's great, man.